All right, what's happening out there, my mathletes? This is Mr. Muscarella coming at you, and in this video, we're going to take a look at our second video of sketching polynomials when we know the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. So, if you haven't seen the first video, go ahead and make sure you watch that. And we went through and we went through this. So if you think you got a handle on this and you're pretty solid with it, then go right ahead and get after example 2. Hit pause, but then double check that your work is accurate and neat and organized the same way as mine is. So in factored form, of course, we're going to start out by plugging in a 0 for all of my x's, 2 times 0, and then plus 3. So that's the first thing you always want to put in the 0 for anywhere there's an x. So you get -1, and then of course you have -3. When you multiply those two terms together, you get +3. So my x-intercepts of 1 and -3/2 give me a y-intercept of that polynomial of 0, 3. Similarly, if I go into the standard form, remember, for standard form, when you plug in 0, any term that has an x is going to be gone. So this is gone, and you're just left with -3. So again, we come up with a y-intercept of 0, -3. Now, one word of caution here when you go to do this, your factor for the x minus 3/2 is not just x plus 3/2. That's not the correct factor on that. Make sure if you were writing that factor, you get it correct as 2x plus 3, because that is the way that factor is written. All right, of that 0. So now let's go ahead and take a look at our zeros. So we have two zeros. One is going to be at 1, so I'm going to go 1 right there, put a dot at that spot. And then I've got another one at -3/2. So if this is where -1 is and this is where -2 is, -3/2 would be right in between, because that would be -1.5. And then I've got my little y-intercept of 0, -3. Ooh, yeah, see, I made a mistake-o, a righto over there. Because look what I did right here. On this other side, this should have been +3, which would have made that -3. So see, sometimes we can use that to check, because when you look at different forms, if we make a righto or a mistake like that, it's easy to catch that. And of course, if we didn't catch it there, we would have caught it when we look at it in Desmos. So anyway, we've got 0, -3. So 1, 2, -3 is down here. And we're going to put a dot on that spot. So now when we take a look at this, now again, I'm going to look at my leading coefficient and the degree of my standard form. So the leading coefficient is positive and the degree is even. So if the leading coefficient is positive and the degree is even, that's going to look kind of quadratic in nature. So the ends are both going to go up. So I'm going to take that 0 that's all the way on the left, and I'm going to go up. And then the 0 that's furthest on the right, which is x equals 1, that is also going to go up. So I'm going to have those two pieces right there. And then, and I kind of can know from this one, there's not going to be a lot of bends and everything in the middle, because my degree is 2, so that is going to be quadratic. So I'm just going to come right down here, go through that y-intercept, and then come back up. And again, because if you look at the factored form, the multiplicity of each one of your factors is 1, so you don't have any factors that or zeros where you would bounce on the x-axis. So that's a sketch of this. And of course, we could go to Desmos and check that out. And notice we've got a 0 at -1.5, a 0 at 1, and a y-intercept all the way down at 0, -3. So our function matches, what we put in Desmos matches what we did algebraically. Now, one other thing I want to hammer home with this. So again, if we look at our factored form, so we've got this factored form over here of, x minus 1, 2x plus 3. So if we would have put in, so I'm going to put in what led us to getting that factored form, the x minus 1, x plus 3/2. Notice we get a different picture here. And notice also on this one, we get a completely different y-intercept than we do on our other two functions, x minus 1, 2x plus 3, or the 2x squared plus x minus 3. Both of those have the correct intercept of 0, -3. They're the same function, and this other one is incorrect. So just be careful that you don't incorrectly identify x minus 1 and x plus 3/2 as the correct factored form for a polynomial that has zeros of -1.5 and 1. And if the -1.5 is a fraction, then that would, of course, be -3/2. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. So take your time, be careful, be neat, be organized. I love you guys. Wish you the best. Make it a great day, and I'll catch up with you soon. Be sure you check out example 3 for a little more practice. All right, peace.